Yo Gen Z, welcome back to another episode of Shadow Work, Deep Healing and Self-Discovery. Your girl Sienna Cruz here, ready to spill the tea on something real important, and trust me, this ain't your grandma's self-help BS. We're talking about integrating that messy, complicated part of you, the one you try to hide from the world, aka your shadow self. Ever feel like there are these parts of yourself that just exist? Like a little voice whispering things you don't want to hear or doing things that make you question your own sanity? Yeah, that's your shadow talking. And guess what? It's not all bad. This ain't some spooky horror movie where your shadow is gonna turn evil and steal your soul, though sometimes it feels like that during a bad breakup, am I right? Your shadow self holds so much wisdom, creativity, and raw power. Think of it like this. If your conscious self is the Instagram highlight reel, perfectly curated and filtered, your shadow self is the unedited behind-the-scenes footage, messy, real, and full of hidden gems. Now, before you start running for the hills, hear me out. Ignoring your shadow self is like trying to build a house on shaky ground. Eventually, it's gonna crumble. But when you learn to embrace those dark corners, those uncomfortable truths, that's when the real magic happens. You become more whole, more authentic, and way more badass than anyone who's just coasting on surface-level vibes. Here are 5 takeaways to get you started on this epic journey of self-discovery. 1. Your shadow self is not your enemy. I know, it sounds scary, right? But honestly, your shadow is just a reflection of all the parts of yourself you haven't accepted yet. It's not something to be feared, but rather understood and integrated. Think of it like this. Would you ever try to erase a favorite song from your playlist just because it had a little bit of angst in it? Nah, right? You embrace the whole thing because that's what makes it unique. Your shadow is like that. It adds depth and complexity to who you are. 2. Shadow work starts with self-awareness. This ain't about becoming a mind reader or some psychic guru. It's about paying attention to those little whispers, those recurring thoughts and patterns that keep popping up in your life. What triggers your anger? Where do you get insecure? When do you feel most uncomfortable? Recognizing these things is the first step to understanding your shadow self. 3. Journaling is your new BFF. Seriously, Gen Z, put down the phone for 5 minutes and grab a notebook, or just open that Notes app. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can be incredibly therapeutic. It helps you process emotions, identify patterns, and gain clarity on what's really going on beneath the surface. 4. Don't be afraid to get weird. Shadow work can get pretty deep, kinda like diving into a pool of existential questions. That one TikTok trend was fire though, right? But don't let that intimidate you. Embrace the weirdness, explore those unconventional ideas and beliefs, even if they seem illogical or scary at first. You never know what hidden treasures you might discover about yourself. 5. It's a journey, not a destination. Remember, integrating your shadow self is a lifelong process. There will be ups and downs, moments of clarity and confusion, breakthroughs and setbacks. Be patient with yourself, celebrate the small wins, and keep moving forward. Okay, imagine this. You're scrolling through TikTok, seeing everyone else looking happy and confident, and you start feeling all insecure about your own life. You compare yourself to others, beat yourself up for not being enough, and then you spiraled into a pit of self-doubt. This is your shadow self-talking, trying to hold you back from living your best life. But what if you chose to flip the script? Instead of letting those negative thoughts consume you, you could acknowledge them, understand where they're coming from, and then choose to focus on your strengths and celebrate your unique awesomeness. That's the power of shadow work. It allows you to break free from those limiting beliefs and step into your full potential. You become more resilient, more self-aware, and way less susceptible to that whole comparison game that's so toxic. Remember, Gen Z, you are a masterpiece in progress, not a finished product. Embrace the messiness, the imperfections, and the raw beauty of who you truly are. So, what are you waiting for? Go out there and own your shadow. Don't forget to tag me in your TikTok videos about this episode, and use #ShadowWorkSelfie. Let's get real and inspire each other. And remember, if you want to dive deeper into this crazy journey of self-discovery, hit that subscribe button, rate the podcast, and share it with all your besties who are ready to level up their lives. Until next time, keep it real, keep it raw, and keep shining.
This podcast is created with the help of advanced AI to deliver thoughtful affirmations and positive messages just for you.